just read the script. I saw the short film and was blown away. Like, you know, my initial conversations with Rashad were just like, you know, so profound. You know, just I could tell how much this story meant to him, and I could see the care that was, you know, that the film was dealt with in the short version. And so I thought that we had an opportunity to do something extremely special when it came onto the feature film.
Now, Ricky's stunted emotion kind of incarceration. What can you tell me the evolution over the course of the film once he's out? His evolution over the course of the film once he's out.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that he's trying to find himself, you know, in a weird way. Like, this film is a film about, you know, the incarceration system, but it's also a coming-of-age story, right? It's about a young man finding himself as a man in this world, being free. And so I think that in that way, you know, we may not conclude anything, but we raise a lot of questions about how we're dealing with these youth when we put them in there, how we're attending to them after we release them, their mental health, their physical health, their well-being, whether they have a job or not, I think are all important questions.
I thought you and Nina had an incredible story.
Thank you. Oh man, it's all good.
How satisfied were you with that ending, and would you have wanted to continue into season 3?
Yeah, I loved Beacon. I love that era. Sure, you know, I think we all would have wanted more of it, but I was very grateful to do something I hadn't done, you know, sci-fi, working with Lena, who's incredible. It's just another notch on my belt.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you're on to Sundance. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think I love the fact that it showed how much support familially, like with the friends and family, that there was support for Ricky, but there's still no program set up for him to succeed. And he strived, he was pushing, you could see that he was pushing for more, and there's just no programming set up for him to really to get there. So there's all these things around it that cushioned him from our society, you know, from our family, from our community, but it's still not set up in the system for him to succeed. And I think that was that was the most disappointing part of it. But you know.
What can you tell me about your character, Cheryl?
Yeah, Cheryl.
And her involvement.
She saw something in Ricky. She's very kind. I think, as someone who played her, I think she saw his potential. She saw that he needed just a little bit more patience and empathy and kindness, and she stepped in from the spaces she's in for that. Where it shifts, but she saw him, and I wanted Ricky to feel loved and feel seen in a space and time where he is inexperienced and he hasn't seen outside, and that it was okay. His pace that he was going at was okay, you know.
This is Rashad's feature film.
It is.
It also came from his
short, yeah.
What's it like to see his evolution as a director, and what stands out to you about his
I love his pace. First of all, we're all Caribbean, which I found absolutely exciting. So I love to, from his vantage point, seeing the Caribbean tribe massive tell a story that I'm familiar with in parts of my family, and his patience with the process, and he's very collaborative with it. And where I had questions about who she was in my eyes, to see that he didn't see it like that, but he trusted me to move in the process. So I love his patience and the collaborative nature of his work. Yeah, growth is everywhere in there. Yeah.
And finally, it's just a shame to me that your honor went away.
Right? Let's rant. No.
Let's rant. Yeah. If it were to be resurrected in some form, even outside of Rancid, I think he said, like, maybe I'm in jail.
Yeah. Right. Like, what else? I mean, that's always nice, because there was always room for Mo to grow. You know, Monique was out there. She was. You guys only scratched the surface of the things that Monique could do. But Big Mo, she's still in here.
And I'm excited to watch.
Showtime. She doesn't mind. Listen, your mouth to God's ears. I'm saying, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
First of all, what was it that spoke talk to you about Ricky's screenplay?
Yeah. I think the care that was taken in crafting the story and clearly wanting an audience to understand and connect with not just the fictional character, but I think a lot of the things that real people are going through on a regular basis. I think that really jumped out to us.
And speaking of real people, I know there's like a combination of like actors who have been cast as well as non-actors who have long experience. What was it like kind of like merging those two to create that piece?
I mean, listen, that's all our filmmaker, Rashad Frett. That was something that he was really, really passionate about, and so we were just there to help facilitate that. And obviously, it gives you a sense of pride to be able to include them in a story that obviously is heavily inspired by some of their experiences.
Speaking of Rashad, this is his feature film debut that came from his short. What's it like seeing his evolution as a director, and what stood out to you as a filmmaker?
Man, I think honestly just pride to be able to be a part of that journey and watching him sort of flesh out this world that he started to create with the short of Ricky and just add again more nuance, more color, more intention. I'm just so proud to be a part of it. That's really the main thing.
You've also worked with Devon. He's one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
And I love both your comedy specials.
Yeah.
Is there more where that came from? What you guys?
Listen, I think that's going to be up to her. Yeah, you'd have to ask her, but I'm sure she has more in the can.
All right. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Have a wonderful Sundance.
Thank you so much.
Now, what was that first spoke to you about the screenplay?
It's that this guy is going through something that no one is prepared for. And everyone would end up being stuck in the same situation as he is. So it's very relatable.
This is Rashad's feature film debut, but it also came from his short.
Yes.
What was unique about his directing approach that spoke to you?
Well, it feels like a documentary, but it's not. It's actually a very heightened reality that to shoot a documentary like that would be, you'd probably get killed. So I did the score and produced the short as well, and that was my first entree into just how dynamic his directing style is and how authentic he wants to keep every frame of the film, and that continued through the feature.
Speaking of authenticity, when composing the music for it, are there any influences that you look to or anything that you had to like get the right mindset for to make the music?
Right. I had to really unlearn a lot of the tricks of film scoring because of that question of authenticity. So we ended up working together with his co-writer, Lin Q A Young, who's a former hip-hop star. And so we were deconstructing hip-hop and soul as we were writing the score. So it was a really unique experience for me because they were guiding me through literally every note. Play that note again. Play that beat again. That's much more collaborative than I'm used to.
I love that. So then finally, what's next for you after Ricky?
I'm working on a film that's shooting right now with Patrick Wilson in the lead called Thoughts and Prayers. So that's about a school shooting, and I'll be scoring that as soon as I get back to New York. I've already written music that's going to be shot for the film because it's about a young girl who's a harpist and she's writing music to commemorate the school shooting. And then I have another feature that is we're finishing right now as well. It's a ghost story. That directing team is here at Sundance to celebrate Ricky. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the boards.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful time.
You too.
First of all, how can you describe your reaction to the screenplay?
So I met Rashad at the Sundance Directors Labs, and we kind of hit it off. Like Sean Wayne was the director I was working with, but Rashad and I kind of clicked just on like a personal level. He's like really cool dude, and I really loved the scenes he was working with for Ricky. I was like, this looks really good. And Simbi Kali was in it. I was like, this is really good. But yeah, and then he sent me the script when they were going to shoot the feature, and I was kind of floored. I was like, I'm used to this. Like, I know this character. I know these people, and I would love to be involved with it. And I was working on something else at the time, and he was like, I don't care. You have to do this. And I said no, and then he was like, no, you're cutting the movie. And I was like, okay. So then I ended up cutting the movie. Yeah.
What you found the two sisters, there's a kind of way to meld these things together.
it's delicate because you want to stay with Ricky. You want to be in his point of view as much as you can so that the audience really connects with him. But the stories, there's these scenes where he's like in like the group speaking about and all the stories that you hear in the group are absolutely true. And so you don't want to brush over them. You want to pace it out so that you're giving them a moment to breathe and then letting Ricky take them in as well, so that the audience is Ricky in that moment, and we can all kind of take it in and go, okay, this is like real life. This happens to real people. Yeah.
Now, Stephan James is an amazing performer.
Yeah. Of all time. Yeah.
You were watching watching the after you got most struck out
I wasn't shocked at all because I was just like, these people are who they are. I mean, Sheryl Lee Ralph is Sheryl Lee Ralph and Stephan James. These are amazing actors. I think that people will be floored by, there's a scene in particular that Sheryl Lee Ralph has with Simbi Kali, and it's just the two of them, and they have like amazing chemistry, and their performance, they bring something out of each other that I don't think I'd seen from Simbi before, and I think that, I was just blessed with like a wealth of performances to work with. There was not a bad take. That was not the issue. It was great. I was very lucky in that respect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.